Hey everybody, I'm Alex, and welcome to Storytime. I have so many great stories for you today, and this time they're all about the ocean and all kinds of great things that you can find there. Like I've got a story about a giant fish, I've got a story with some sharks, I've got a story with a really beautiful island, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get into it though, I want to do a couple of things. For starters, I want to introduce you to my buddy Buster, who's here, like usual, to keep me company. Also, I want to let you know that if you like story times, we have so many other great story times on ADL TV, and you should check them out. Also, if you're looking for something to do, we have all kinds of great kids craft projects, and you should take a look at those as well. Also, if you like kids programming, we have the Saturday Show, which is always on a theme and always excellent. Okay, I think we've covered our bases, and I think it's time to do a hello song. Because you can't have a good story time without a good hello song, isn't that right? Yeah. All right, here we go. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. I'd like to say hello. So there are so many different languages in the world, and so many different ways to say hello. For example, did you know that in Spanish you would say hola? Let's try that one next. Hola, friends. Hola, friends. Hola, friends. I'd like to say hola. What else can we say hello today? You know, I hear in India they say namaste. Let's try that one too. Namaste, friends. Namaste, friends. Namaste, friends. I'd like to say namaste. What else can we say hello today? You know, I hear in Russia they say privyet. Let's try that one as well. Privyet, friends. Privyet, friends. Privyet, friends. I'd like to say privyet. Okay, back to hello. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. I'd like to say hello. What fun. Now, it's time to do a finger exercise and a rhyme. I brought my fingers with me today. How about you? Oh, you did. That's good. Okay, we're going to do two little blackbirds, and I'm going to use my index fingers, my first fingers, like this. And a 1, 2, 3. Two little blackbirds sitting on a tree. One named Stan, and the other named Lee. Fly away, Stan. Fly away, Lee. Come back, Stan. Come back, Lee. Let's do a different version this time. Two little blackbirds sitting on a car. One was near, and the other was far. Fly away near, fly away far. Come back near, come back far. All right, one more version. Two little blackbirds sitting on the ice. One was mean, and the other was nice. Fly away, mean. Fly away, nice. Come back, mean. Come back, nice. Finn lived by the sea, and the sea lived by him. It's a good day for sailing, his grandfather would have said. Finn remembered his grandpa's voice, telling him stories about a place far away where ocean meets sky. His grandfather would have been 90 years old today. To honor him, Finn built a boat fit for a long journey, one they had planned together. Boat building was hard work. Finn took a short nap below decks. When he awoke, he felt the boat rocking gently beneath him. The journey had begun. I didn't think the open sea would feel so lonely, Finn said after some time. This caught the attention of a great golden fish. Do you know where ocean meets sky? Finn asked the fish. It's high and low, and as deep as the sea, the fish answered in a voice that made Finn's boat shake. It's up and down, and very far. I can show you the way. He followed the golden fish to the Library Islands, where 100 bookish birds were roosting. Then they explored an island of giant shells. And crossed a sea of moon jellies dancing. But then Finn's eyes filled with wonder. Had he finally reached the place of his grandfather's stories? The magical place where ocean meets sky? His boat began to lift from the water. Or had the water fallen away? The golden fish swam toward the moon. Finn followed. He wanted to say goodbye. He had so many questions, but he heard a voice calling to him from far away. Finn? Finn, wake up. It's time for dinner, said his mother. I made Grandpa's dumplings. Finn looked out across the sea to that magical place far away, where ocean meets sky. It had been a good day for sailing. The end. All right, you kids, it's time for another song. What should we do? What should we do? I know, let's do the pirate song, because it's the best. A 1, 2, 3. When I was 1, I sucked my thumb on the day I went to sea. I climbed aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea. When I was 2, I tied my shoe on the day I went to sea. I climbed aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea. When I was 3, I tapped my knee on the day I went to sea. I climbed aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea. When I was 4, I shut the door on the day I went to sea. I climbed aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea. When I was 5, I danced and jived on the day I went to sea. I climbed aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea. This next story is called Pirate Joe, and it goes a little like this. Now, once upon a time, there was a pirate named Joe. The most important thing to know about Joe is that he was very good at his job. He had collected treasure from all over the world and kept it in a beautiful chest that he buried in the sand on a very special desert island that only he knew about. Now, one day, while he was sailing the ocean blue, Joe decided that he actually wanted to dig that treasure up and count it and see how much he had, which is exactly what he did. He sailed to that island, he dug in the sand, he pulled out that chest, and he plopped it on the deck of his ship, and he sailed away. Well, no sooner than had Joe opened that box of treasure full of coins from Mexico and Malaysia and all points in between, what should happen? A giant wave crashed out of the ocean across the deck, scooped up every last one of those coins, and took those coins with it down to the bottom of the ocean. Now, when Joe looked again into that empty chest, he was so sad that he started to cry. And at that very moment, what should happen? A giant blue whale was swimming by. And that whale, being a very friendly creature, decided to see what was wrong. The whale said, "Mr. Pirate, what is wrong?" And Joe looked up, wiped away his tears, and said, "Oh, Mr. Whale, I'm so sad. I had just dug up my treasure and put it on my ship, and what should happen? A giant wave took all of it away." Well, the whale, being very friendly, decided that he was going to do something about it. So the whale took a giant breath and swam down to the bottom of the ocean, and one by one, picked up what he thought were treasures. And one by one, he spat them out on the deck of Joe's ship. Well, Joe took a look at what was on the deck of his ship, and he said, "Mr. Whale, what is wrong with you? This is not my treasure. I think you may not be very smart." And the whale said, "How dare you, sir? I am very smart. I have given you a jellyfish, a crab, a clam, a barnacle, a starfish, a shrimp, a sea anemone, a barnacle, a snail, some seaweed, a scallop, an oyster, a mussel, and the biggest, most beautiful octopus I could find." "This, sir," said the whale, "is the treasure of the ocean. I've given you the translucence of a jellyfish, the scuttliness of a crab. I've given you the arminess of a starfish. I've given you the pink of a shrimp, the beauty of a sea anemone. I've given you the glory of a snail, the green of seaweed, and the wondrousness of that 8-armed octopus." Well, Joe was taken aback by the firmness of that reply, and he had to think about it for a minute. And he said, "Mr. Whale, you're right. I'm sorry. I should not have said that you're not very smart. These are indeed treasures. These are the treasures of the ocean, but they are not my treasure." And that, thinking of his treasure again, made Joe cry again. Well, the whale gave Joe a wink and forgave him and swam down to the bottom of the ocean. All the while, Joe cried more. And he cried and he cried. And after a moment, the whale resurfaced and spit out all of Joe's treasure back into Joe's chest. And Joe said, "Mr. Whale, thank you for giving me back my treasure. Why did you do that after I was so mean to you?" To which the whale said, "Well, you didn't want the treasure of the ocean, so I thought the least I could do is go down there and get all of this shiny metal stuff that was taking up too much room in the bottom and give you that instead." And the whale and Joe and his treasure all lived happily ever after. The end. All right, you kids, it's time for another song. And this time we're going to do Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. And a 1, 2, 3. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Ah! Okay, let's do it again. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you wanna take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Ah! Okay, one last time. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Ah! Oh my goodness, what fun. All right, now it's time for a story. I live on an island that has no name. An island where the flowers are always blooming. An island where there are thousands of birds. And other animals, including snails. Sometimes my friends come to visit. We have lunch on plastic dishes. I have a house too. Inside there are flowers, colorful plates, a hanging coffee maker, and strange bric-a-brac. I spend hours and hours in my house. There's always something to do there. A snail to tame, a bouquet of flowers to arrange. Inside my house, on my island, I feel at home. There is no door. You can come right on in. You too are welcome on my island if you know how to sing, if you know how to share, if you know how to dream. The end. This next story is called Punia and the King of the Sharks. Now, once upon a time, in the village of Kohala, in the big island of Hawaii, there lived a little boy named Punia and his mother. Now, he and his mother lived in a little house right on the edge of an enormous bay. And the Bay of Kohala was filled with everything a person could ever want. It was filled with lobsters and all other kinds of great food to eat. Unfortunately, there also lived 10 enormous sharks in that very bay. And because of this, the villagers could never get anything from it. Instead, all the villagers ever had to eat were sweet potatoes, which they could grow in the ground around their village. Now, one day, Punia and his mother were sitting outside their house, and his mother said, "Sweet potatoes. All we ever have to eat are sweet potatoes. I just wish I had a nice, tasty something that was different. But each day is just sweet potatoes, sweet potatoes, sweet potatoes." Well, Punia, being a good boy, decided that he was going to try to do something nice for his mother. So he said, "Mother, don't you worry. I am going to get you something nice for dinner." And that's what he did, because Punia had a plan. So he walked away from the house. He walked up to the biggest rock he could find, and with his skinny little arms, he grabbed it and slowly lifted it until it was up over his little head. And he took that rock and he very carefully walked down to the edge of the bay. Now, in the bay, he looked down and he saw those 10 hungry sharks, the biggest of which was Kai Ale Ale, who was king of all the sharks. Punia looked down and he said, "King Kai Ale Ale, it is I, the boy Punia, and I am here to take something from the bay so that my mother has something nice to eat." And, well, King Kai Ale Ale thought this was very funny. He looked up at the boy through the water and he said, "Little man, I dare you to try." So, with that, Punia, with one enormous push, threw that enormous rock to the left. And no sooner had it hit the water than all 10 sharks swam to it, thinking it was the little boy. And while the shark swam left, the boy Punia dove right. He dove deep into the water, down to the bottom, and grabbed the biggest, juiciest, reddest lobster he could find. And he was up out of the water before the sharks knew what happened. Well, this did not make Kai Ale Ale happy. He looked up at the little boy and rage grew in his eyes. And Punia decided to taunt him. Punia said, "King Kai Ale Ale, it is I, the boy Punia, and look at what I have taken from you. And you should know that it was the shark with the small tail that told me how to do it." Well, King Kai Ale looked around, and sure enough, there was a shark with a very small tail. And King Kai Ale Ale, being a vengeful shark, chased that shark away, never to be seen again. Well, with that, Punia took his lobster and went back home, and he and his mother had a nice meal. On the second day, Punia decided he was going to grab another lobster. So he walked down to the edge of that bay, picked up another giant rock, put it up over his head, and said, "King Kai Ale Ale, it is I, the boy Punia, and I am here to take something from the bay so that my mother has something nice to eat." Well, Kai Ale Ale was not happy to see him again, but he looked up through that water and he said, "Little boy, I dare you to try." So this time, instead of throwing the rock to the left, Punia, with one giant push, threw the rock to the right. And sure enough, the sharks swam after it. Well, when they went right, Punia dove left and dove down and grabbed another giant, enormous, brilliantly red lobster. It was up out of the water before the sharks knew what happened. Well, once King Kai Ale Ale realized that it had happened again, he was very angry. Punia looked down at him through the water and said, "King Kai Ale Ale, it is I, the boy Punia, and look at what I've taken from you." And this time, it was the shark with the bent nose that told me how to do it. Well, King Kai Ale Ale looked around, and sure enough, there was a shark with a bent nose. So he chased that shark away, never to be seen again. Well, on the third day, Punia went down to the edge of the water. He had a big rock over his head, and he said, "King Kai Ale Ale, I am here, the boy Punia, to take another lobster from you." And the King Kai Ale looked up and said, "Little boy, I got you this time. I dare you to try." And with one giant push, Punia threw the rock straight forward and over the sharks' heads. And sure enough, the sharks turned around and swam after it, thinking that it was him. So this time, he dove straight down, grabbed a lobster, and was up out of the water before anyone knew what had happened. Well, this time, Punia held up that lobster and said, "King Kai Ale Ale, it is I, the boy Punia, and I have tricked you a third time. And look at what I've taken from you." And this time, it was the shark with the big belly that told me how to do it. Well, Kai Ale Ale looked around, and all of the other sharks had big bellies, because they had a bay full of delicious food to eat, and they never shared it with anyone. So, King Kai Ale Ale chased all of the other sharks away. And Punia, taking his third lobster, went home, and he and his mother had a very nice meal. Well, on the fourth day, this time, Punia grabbed 2 big sticks and headed down to the bay. This time, he held the sticks in his arms, and he said, "King Kai Ale Ale, it is I, the boy Punia, and I am here to grab something for my mother's dinner." And this time, being sure that he knew how to get the boy, King Kai Ale Ale looked up through the water and said, "Little boy, I think you should try." So, Punia threw the sticks directly at King Kai Ale Ale. And King Kai Ale Ale opened his big jaws and snapped what he thought was the little boy. But the sticks instead caught in his big mouth, forcing it open. Well, Kai Ale Ale did not expect this to happen. And he was so startled and so uncomfortable that he swam around and swam around and swam around and eventually accidentally beached himself up on the sand. Well, this made Kai Ale Ale even less comfortable. He was in agony. He was out of the water and he could not close his jaws. Punia walked up as close as was safe and said, "King Kai Ale Ale, I have tricked you again. I, the boy Punia, have tricked you." And Poor Kai Ali Ali said, "Oh, please, please, I will do anything. I will do anything you say, but please let me get out of this misery." And Punia struck a bargain. Punia said, "Kai Ale Ale, if you swim away, never to come back, I will take those sticks out of your mouth." And very reluctantly, Kai Ale Ale agreed. Punia very carefully came up to the shark and pulled those sticks out and gave him a quick shove back into the water. And true to his word, Kai Ale Ale swam away, never to be seen again. And Punia and his mother and all the villagers had lobster to eat every day ever after. The end. All right, you kids, it's almost that time. It's almost time to say goodbye. But we have time for one last song. And like usual, we're going to do Knees Up Mother Brown. And like usual, I have the stupendous, the tremendous, the sometimes contentious Ma Brown to help us sing. Or at very least, she can dance while we sing. Isn't that right, Ma Brown? Yeah, that's right. Okay, a 1, 2, 3. Oh, there was a girl from Paris, France, who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that she could do was knees up Mother Brown. Oh, knees up Mother Brown. Knees up Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up Mother Brown. Oh, we had a story about a fish today, and it ended in a tasty dish. Hooray! The only thing that we could do was knees up Mother Brown. Oh, knees up Mother Brown. Knees up Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up Mother Brown. Oh, there was a teeny tiny man, or in this case, a lady, who liked to do handstands. You ready, Ma Brown? Yeah, sounds like you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, we made it to 6. That's pretty good. The only thing that he could do was knees up Mother Brown. Oh, knees up Mother Brown. Knees up Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up Mother Brown. One last time. Oh, there was a girl from Paris, France, who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that she could do was knees up Mother Brown. Oh, knees up Mother Brown. Knees up Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up Mother Brown. We'll see you next time.